Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy AA Round 2 for 20. Sorry I'm a little late on this. Actually, I'm a lot late on this because I slept, and originally I was going to record this the night before like a smart person would. Then I slept, and then I slept this afternoon after thinking I would somehow actually record it day of. But we're here though for NPL Week 1. We're fighting off against T-Daddy Commissioner, who I have not fought a single time in my NPL career, Trev. And yeah, I mean, Trev's retired, so this should be an easy. No, I'm kidding. Trev is a great battler. You guys should check out his vlogs. His vlogs are fucking hysterical. They're always very entertaining to watch. So, without further ado, let's get right into the match. So, let's get right into the team first. First up, we have Scarf Manchow. I have high jump kick, U-turn, knockoff, aerial ace. I figured this outspeeds a Scarf Fictini. So, if he had Scarf Fictini, that's something I don't need to worry about anymore. I can U-turn out on pretty much anything on his team. I get the regen boost. Knockoff is just nice in general for Mons. I have aerial ace there, so that way then I can 2-hit KO Buzzwole. You'll see that ends up playing very stupidly at the beginning, but yeah. Next up though, we got Scizor. It's a Life Orb Scissor. If you can't tell already, I'm trying to make my team not get fisted by Buzzwole, because in Mock, I had actually got fisted by Sub-Punch Buzzwole. So I was really worried about Sub-Focus Punch Buzzwole. It wasn't something I really noticed until probably halfway through building my team, when I realized nothing on my team besides Scizor could touch Buzzwole. That's why I added Aerial Ace to my Manchow, because I couldn't think of a fourth move originally. And I mean, Finny, if that's Spadef, I mean, Finny could wall it, assuming it's not already set up and doesn't have like Poison Jab or something. But yeah, so Scizor though, Aerial Ace with Technician, figured to do a lot of damage, just guarantee Okos a Buzzwole with max HP, I believe. But if it has Fizz Def and it starts to get into roll territory, as Aerial Ace, Bullet Punch, Roost, and U-turn is also meant to outspeed an uninvested Buzzwole, I believe was what I aimed for. I forget exactly what that hits, but I'm fairly certain that was an uninvested Buzzwole. Next up, we got Tapu Fini with Grass Knot, Moonblast, Surf, and Calm Mind, Wiki Berry. The speed was just to outspeed any Mons up to I believe the fastest thing that I let outspeed me was Victini. I figured that anything that was remotely bulky I could outspeed, start Calm Minding up on. I think it was for like uninvested Tentacruel, which wouldn't make sense. No, this couldn't have been uninvested Tentacruel. Point is, it was outspeed any Mons that I thought would not have been running any speed in them. And then I could just start Calm Minding up on them. And then for the most part, this hits this team really well besides Tentacruel. Next up, I got Cresselia with Culverberry. I have Moonblast, Moonlight, Psyshock, and Ice Beam. I figured offensive Crest did really well against his team. Ice Beam was just nice in general, hit things on his team, same as Moonblast and Psyshock. Had overall really well coverage, I felt like, against his team. I didn't really need Calm Mind. I felt like it would have been really hard to actually set up against most of his Mons. Ice Beam being for, like, I'm pretty sure Gliscor, if I'm not mistaken. I know for a fact that Moonblast and Moonlight were for pretty much everything else, but I could have sworn the Ice Beam was for Gliscor, if I'm not mistaken. If not Gliscor, and some other Mon that was 4 times weak, that's all I remember. Next up, we have Delmise. This is actually an HP Flying Assault Vest Delmise. Originally, this was a Mudsdale, until I realized I sacked Mudsdale really quick. And also, I really like the Hazard Rule option, should I decide to go that route. I have HP Flying, Rapid Spin, Shadow Claw, Power Whip. This is 2 KOs, Buzzwole. I take a knockoff really well. Shadow Claw and Power Whip hit his team fairly well. And finally, though, we got Miltank with Stealth Rock, Heal Bell, Milk Drink, and Earthquake. Just Max Fizz Def handles Victini really well. That's why I have Earthquake over like Body Slam or something else. Without further ado, though, let's get right into the game. So, as you can see, he does not actually bring any ground type. So I was really regretting not bringing, pretty sure it was No, it wasn't Vikavolt. I'm forgetting my electric type now. Shit. Trying to remember my electric type. I know it was like a low tier electric. I cannot remember it for the life of me. I know it wasn't Lantern because I dropped Lantern. Let me pull it up actually real quick. Let's see, my electric type, because I don't know how I'm forgetting this. It was Electabuzz. Yes, I was really regretting not bringing Electabuzz, because, I mean, if I brought Electabuzz, it would have made an easier time covering Tentacruel. I mean, at the same time, I wasn't sure what I was really going to take out, but it's more so just, I could have gotten a free Volt Switch in his team. That would have been a really nice chip. I make a really stupid play here, and I defended this play for the longest time until I realized how stupid my logic was in it. So my lead here was Manchow. I figured that he had nothing really that wanted to take it on, in terms of, at least, well, let me rephrase that. Nothing really could risk staying in, because if I had Grass Knot, Swampert died, Victini could potentially lose Scarf, and then gets revenged off fairly well by my team. Tentacruel in general, it was like one of the only mons that I guess he could have led, but it wasn't really a lead in my eyes. Alolan Raichu, he just sacked it right away. I felt like Mega DNC, I figured was not really a lead against my team either, because I could always just U-turn hard into Scizor unless he had HP Fire, and he would have had to read that. But otherwise, if he didn't, then Scizor beat it. And even then, I could always just go hard Crest or Delmise and those beat as well. So I figured that Mienshao was a really safe lead. The problem being, he's up with Buzzwole. And I decide, turn 1, I'm just going to go for Aerial Ace. 2-hit KOs. The problem with this is he has Cobra Berry. And, well, that's not the problem with it. The problem with this was he does beat me 1v1 now. Yeah, the problem was Cobra Berry. And had I mean, I guess, like, as I said, it works out for me. It works out for me very well. Too well, actually. The problem being, had he set up a sub here, he would have been guaranteed to get off a Focus Punch and something on my team. The only mons I could switch into that were Finny and Cresselia and Delmise. None of which would have beaten this thing 1v1 had I gotten up a sub. Whereas my logic was to Aerial Ace so he didn't get a sub up. So, while it worked in getting rid of his Cobra Berry, it was a very dumb play. I don't know why Dick wrote it for so long, making it seem like this was the play. When had he went for sub, I'm still surprised he wasn't sub. Had he went for sub, that very well could have been a couple mons dead, like several things. But I mean, it's whatever. I hard swap from here into Scizor. I figured if he's gonna go for Poison Jab, I can try and switch that and then go for some initiative if he switches out. And I actually go into Finny here. I figured Finny beats this thing 1v1. My problem being is that I completely forgot there was Tentacruel here, and Tentacruel eats literally every hit from Finny. Luckily, though, he is not actually Black Sludge or any recovering item for that matter. So I actually go hard Victini. I figured I could beat it, and he actually goes Tentacruel. Proceeds to bring in Buzzwole, as I knew would definitely come in for free here. From here, I decided to go into Scizor. I figured that Scizor is definitely a really free bring. I figured he's going to probably not go for the fighting move, maybe try and over-predict the Crest switch. And I could definitely get it for a Roost. I figured Roost mainly because that way then, if he stays in, he cannot kill me off because he's not a Focus Punch. Or if he does have Focus Punch, then he's just not bringing sub, which I felt like is very risky with Focus Punch. So I figured most likely he did not have it, which was very safe for me, which means that any other fighting move I live, guaranteed. So I figured the Roost is very free. I could definitely beat it 1v1 and then get off an Aerial Ace later on. He actually brings in Tentacruel here, allows me to just go for the U-turn, assuming a Scald doesn't burn. It does crit, however, not really too big, but I get off a lot of chip with the U-turn. I proceed to bring back in Miltank here. I figured that there's no real reason not to bring in Miltank. I could have won Tentacruel, that probably would have been smarter. I actually doubled into Delmise here, and this is where I say, as I said, the not having a Cobra Berry really mattered, because had he could have actually potentially gotten off another Leech Life, actually another 2 Leech Lives and beaten me 1v1 had I not popped that Cobra Berry, and then potentially beaten off the rest of my team. The AV actually also helped us keep around Delmise to kill off Mega Diancie as well, another big threat to my team. So at this point, I felt like I won the game. I felt like I cleared his big threats. He kills off my Delmise. That was perfectly fine. I was very willing to sack that. Actually, too willing to sack that. But it didn't really do anything. I could have gotten a free switch. That's really it. I hard swap here into my Mienshao. I figured that I can sort of just go for U-turn. I don't really need to try and just get a kill. I can go for U-turn into whatever mon I need to. I proceed to go into Finny. I figured that I can hard swap into Miltank as he goes into Tentacruel, as he shows here that he does. So I'm feeling very good about my reads here. He actually goes for the Rapid Spin. I figured that's perfectly fine because I can always set up Rock Stance, whatever comes in, because nothing can beat Miltank 1v1. He decides to bring in a Alolan Raichu, and I figured that I really can't risk that. So I go into Crest. He goes for Nasty Plot here. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. My Crest could still take a hit. It doesn't take the hit as well as I thought it would. And since I'm Cobra Berry, that means I cannot actually get out of range. And I Moonlight. I figured, luckily, he didn't go for me. He now beats me 1v1. So, you know, I'm a little worried. I get a special attack drop, luckily. But, you know, I'm still really worried. Because in my head, I'm thinking this is now a +1 Alolan Raichu. Outspeeds my entire team, including my Scarf Mienshao. I go for a Bullet Punch. He lives. That's perfectly fine. Well, not really perfectly fine, but it still is fine. I do bring in Tapu Fini here, and then I decide I have to sack it. Nothing switches in still. He does, however, kill off my Fini, which is good for me, because that means I can just go for knockoff here, and then I can hard swap into Miltank, because Miltank definitely does beat this thing 1v1. So that's very good in my eyes. I can try and 1v1 the Swampert. And lucky for me, though, he goes hard back and on Raichu, which means I know for a fact he cannot kill me since he's not +2. And he has not terrain up. I just get Earthquake and kill it. And at this point, I'm not really worried at all because I do beat the rest of his team with Miltank. Swampert does not beat me 1v1. Victini does not beat me 1v1, especially because he does not have Final Gambit. Even if he had Final Gambit, I could just kill off Swampert with Mienshao at this point, so it was already a game 1. At this point, I'm just trying to outstall the Victini. He's trying to go for flinches. That is perfectly fine by me. I can just take out Victini with Earthquakes because I do beat it 1v1. I found that he's leftovers here, so the 1v1 takes a little longer than I expected, but overall it's not too bad because even if I could have just gotten it into knockoff range, I still won the game at this point with Mienshao since he is not in fact a Scarf Victini, and even if he was, I'd outspeed it. It's just a matter of like, actually it's more so that he goes on Flame Charge Victini. Had he been Flame Charge Victini and gotten up to +2, that very well could have been game had he flinched me out. But at the same time, I mean, I still need this thing 1v1. Trev sort of realizing here that flinching me out was not going to work, so he's just going for Bolt Strikes just to end the game sooner. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, because I just kill off the Victini here. He misses Bolt Strike. Very unfortunate, but I mean, it wouldn't have really mattered. I still won at this point with... I still won at this point guaranteed with Mienshao, because even if... one, there's no way he killed there with Swampert, and two, even if he didn't miss the Bolt Strike, and two, even if he killed somehow, I could always bring a Mienshao at that point, because I got it in the range of where anything would have killed. So, a very good game to Trev. Yeah, I think I played kind of risky in the beginning. I think I turned it around for sure. Beginning was really risky, very unnecessarily risky. So hopefully I don't play as risky to the point where it would cost me a game in future games. We're finally starting off the NPL positive, which is, or actually no, we started last season off positive versus Arca. So hopefully though we can continue, maybe we can go 2-0. Who knows? So that is gonna be it though. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. We fight Eric next week. I will get the game up on time. Without further ado though, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.